Chapter 1. The Lost Kitten. Lila was walking home from school when she heard a soft meowing coming from an alleyway. Curious, she followed the sound and found a tiny kitten huddled behind a trash can. "Oh, you poor thing," she said, scooping up the kitten in her arms. "Where's your mommy?" The kitten let out a pitiful meow, and Lila's heart melted. "Don't worry, little guy, I'll take care of you," she said, with a determined look in her eyes. Chapter 2. A Surprise Visitor. That night, Lila was sitting in her room with the kitten curled up in her lap when she heard a knock at the door. She went downstairs to answer it and found a tall, thin man standing on her doorstep. "Hello, my name is Mr. Jones," he said, smiling. "I was wondering if you had seen a kitten around here. It belongs to my daughter, and she's been very upset since it went missing." Lila's heart sank as she realized that she had taken Mr. Jones's kitten. She handed it over, feeling guilty. "Oh, I'm so sorry," she said, her voice shaking. "I didn't know it belonged to anyone. I just found it in an alleyway." Mr. Jones took the kitten from her and held it close. "Thank you for taking care of it," he said with a kind smile. "My daughter will be so relieved." Chapter 3. A Strange Request. The next day, Mr. Jones returned to Lila's house with a strange request. He explained that he was a scientist and that he was working on a secret project. He needed Lila's help to gather some materials for him. Lila was hesitant at first, but Mr. Jones seemed trustworthy, and she was curious about the project. She agreed to help, and he gave her a list of items to collect. As she walked through the deserted streets, Lila couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. She knew that Mr. Jones was a scientist, but she had no idea what he was working on. The thought made her shiver. Chapter 4. A Dangerous Discovery. As Lila gathered the materials, she began to suspect that something was wrong. The items on the list were unusual and dangerous, and she wondered what Mr. Jones was really up to. One night, she followed him to his laboratory and peeked through the window. She was horrified by what she saw. Mr. Jones was conducting experiments on animals, and the results were gruesome. "Good heavens!" she gasped, her heart pounding in her chest. "This is terrible!" Determined to put a stop to it, Lila alerted the authorities. Mr. Jones was arrested, and Lila was hailed as a hero for her bravery in standing up for what was right. In the end, Lila realized that even the smallest actions can have big consequences, and that it's important to stand up for what's right, no matter how scary it may seem.